Tonight here on Smashdown, Charlie Hubbard returns in sudden impact. He made it to the final round last week. He's looking to do so again here tonight. Not to mention, it's the return of the all-new Raminator Dodge. We saw him lose the championship flag in the last matchup of round one last week. The Dodge camp trying to get back on top. And speaking about being on top, Tim Cantwell returns here tonight inside of the Bounty Hunter. He's trying to hang on to the championship flag here in week 2 on Smashdown. And right now, as we go ahead and take a look at how round one action is going to be breaking down, top left-hand corner of your screen, Cam Blank back in Iron Warrior. He's going to be getting ready to take on Brutus. Then it's the return of Awesome Kong. He's going to be taking on Avenger. Those are the first two matchups we're taking a look at. And Greg Durbin is back all the way out of the Team Scream Race Camp Brutus, ready to rock the house here tonight. He's going to be going one-on-one with Cam Blank in the Iron Warrior Ford, all the way there, based out of Hagerstown, Maryland. He's ready to go on the inside lane. We're going to see what he's got over here for the Brutus Machine out of Columbus, Michigan. We've got a great matchup here tonight inside of round one to kick off week 2 here on Smashdown. Stage at the line. Here's the green light down the straightaway. They're side by side. They go up and over the jump now. Great race. And Brutus gets a little off track. And Iron Warrior will take home a round one victory over Brutus here tonight to get us started in week 2 here on Smashdown. Next up, coming to the line, it's the return of the all-new truck, Awesome Kong, all the way from Texas. He is ready to take on another truck out of the Team Scream Racing Camp, and that's going to be Jimmy Bones Ferguson and that wicked-looking awesome Avenger over there on the outside lane. Another truck based out of Columbus, Michigan, and right now we're about to get a showdown between two bow-tie Chevrolets. Both drivers are staged at the line. Here's the green light now, and down the straightaway they go. They're side by side now. Avenger with a lead on him. Here comes Awesome Kong on the inside lane as they smack the wall right there inside of the shutdown area. Awesome Kong tried to come back on Avenger on the big end of the track. As we go back down and check out the MTA photo finish, your winner's going to be Jimmy Ferguson. He'll take Avenger on into round 2 competition here tonight. But now as we go over and check out how round 1 action is going to be breaking down, lower left-hand side of your screen, it's going to be the return of Blue Thunder taking on Tropical Thunder. Then we're taking a look at Sudden Impact, about to go one-on-one with Hot Wheels. And coming to the line right now, Tropical Thunder, Chad Legit, Too Legit. He's still looking for a single win out here on Smashdown or Thunder. He will now draw up against the S-Kicker, Sawyer Ramsdale, and the Built for Tough Blue Thunder. He got a big-time win earlier this year when he took home the Monster Mania 6 championship. He's out here driving for the Backyard Beast race team on the inside lane. Ford taking on Chevrolet. Green light goes down now and down the straightaway. They're side by side. A great race so far, and up and over no man's land. And into the wall goes Blue Thunder, trying to get it shut down. But Sawyer Ramsdale in the Built Ford Tough Machine gets the win here tonight over Chad Legit and Tropical Thunder. And next up here tonight inside of round 1, Nicholas Moore returns in that wicked-looking Hot Wheels machine, a beautiful truck. Now gets ready to take on Charlie Hubbard in the Sudden Impact Ford. He's based out of Frackville, Pennsylvania. He is another driver out here representing the Backyard Beast race team. He did make it to the final round last week, coming up just short. He's now ready to take on another truck trying to get to the final round showdown. That is the Hot Wheels machine over there on the outside lane. Here's the green light now. 2 Ford Ovals going to throw down in round 1. Sudden Impact now with a lead on him. His Hot Wheels gets a little off, and Sudden Impact tries to shut it down, getting into the wall protection down there, but Charlie Hubbard looks like he got the win here tonight over Hot Wheels. And that'll be the first half of round 1. Now we take it over to the right-hand side of your screen, and we're taking a look at Gunslinger about to take on Dragonoid, and then Dragon Slayer's back to take on Dana Gosh inside of the all-new Raminator. If you remember, he lost that flag last week in the first round. He's trying to get it back here tonight, but right now, Iron Mike Lanford and the Gunslinger machine ready now to take on Aaron Church in the all-new Bakugan Dragonoid, the 2024 Monster Mania 5 champion in an all-new truck. He's working the bugs out of it this season, looking awesome over here on the inside lane. Gunslinger based out of Bushnell, Florida. The Ford over there is cock-locked and ready to rock here tonight against the Dragonoid. Here's the green light now, and off the line they go side by side. Dragonoid got a lead, but here comes the Gunslinger over on the outside lane, and Dragonoid will hit the wall just as well as Gunslinger, but the Gunslinger machine is your winner here tonight in round 1 over Dragonoid. As we go back and check out the Crush This replay, off the line you see Dragonoid had a hole shot on him. Gunslinger now on the outside lane. He's trying to come back up and over the first sets of cars right here to the second set, and Gunslinger will just edge it out by inches over the Dragonoid machine here tonight in round one. So a great race, but Gunslinger is your winner. And moving right along in round one, 𝐃𝐨𝐧'𝐭 returns in the all-new Raminator Dodge. He's going to be taking on Larry Ramsdale, who made his season debut just a couple of months ago. He's back here tonight behind the wheel of that wicked new awesome Dragon Slayer Hummer on the inside lane. We got to go back to Cheech for just a second. Again, he lost that championship flag in race one, round one last week. He's trying to get it back on the all-new Raminator. Here's the green light now down the straightaway. They're side by side here. A good race through no man's land. What a matchup here tonight. And Cheech had his hands full with the new rookie and the Dragon Slayer. What an incredible matchup here in round one. Rookie taking on veteran. We go back and look at the photo finish. Your winner is 𝐷𝐴𝐴𝐺 and the Raminator by a nose over the Dragon Slayer. What a matchup it is. But now we get set and ready to close out round one action. Lower right-hand side of your screen, we're going to be taking a look at 𝐾𝐨𝐧'𝐭 taking on Velociraptor. Then it's going to be the return of the all-new Junkyard Dog taking on the reigning champion in the Bounty Hunter. And right now, Javon Woodrow back in action here in Velociraptor, the captain of the Backyard Beast race team. He's about to go one-on-one with new kid on the block, Bennett Cartwright and the 𝐾𝐨𝐧'𝐭 Chevrolet. There you see him, a beautiful looking truck on the outside lane. He's trying to get a big win, but he has got his hands full because Javon Woodrow and Velociraptor has got one bad, fast piece of equipment. Here's the green light now, and down the straightaway they go, side by side so far. Velociraptor getting up and over he goes. What a crash for Javon Woodrow and Velociraptor. He had his hands full, no doubt, trying to chase down the 𝐾𝐨𝐧'𝐭. Let's go back and check out the Crush This replay here tonight as we take another look at it right here down the straightaway. Side by side, 𝐾𝐨𝐧'𝐭's hanging right there with the veteran. They go up and over the first jump. Javon Woodrow kind of loses control over the last sets of cars on two wheels now, and over he goes with a violent crash here tonight on Smashdown. I do believe he got the win, and yes, we confirm Velociraptor is your winner, but what a crash. We're going to have an update for them later on tonight. But now we get set and ready to close out round one action as Ryan Davis, another driver from the Backyard Beast, will now get ready to take on that cowboy from hell, Tim Cantwell, in the Bounty Hunter over here on the inside lane, the reigning champion out of Tonganoxie, Kansas. Ryan Davis and the Junkyard Dog, the driver for the Backyard Beast, flag on the line. Here's the green light down the straightaway. Junkyard Dog got to leave, and the Bounty Hunter's coming back on him. What a matchup, and Ryan Davis was hanging right there with him down to the wire. We got to go back and check out the MTA photo finish. Your winner in round one, ladies and gentlemen, will be Tim Cantwell and the Bounty Hunter. He will take the championship flag on into round two here tonight on Smashdown. And with Bounty Hunter moving along with the championship flag, here's how the first matchups of round two will be breaking down. Cam Blank and Iron Warrior set to take on Jimmy Ferguson in Avenger. Then the two teammates are going to match up. Sawyer Ramsdale and Blue Thunder are going to go one-on-one with Charlie Hubbard in Sudden Impact. And right now coming to the line, Jimmy Bones Ferguson in that awesome-looking 57 Chevy Avenger all the way out of Columbus, Michigan. He's now set to take on Cam Blank in the Iron Warrior Ford based out of Hagerstown, Maryland. So a great matchup here tonight between the Ford camp and the Chevrolet camp. One of them is going to be moving on into semifinal action here tonight. Will it be Avenger or the Iron Warrior? Stage at the line they are. Here's the green light now and down the straightaway. Avenger with a whole shot on him. Here comes Iron Warrior on the inside. He tried to close the gap on him. Both drivers having a hard time getting it shut down. Sending it for all it's worth here tonight on Smashdown in round two. We go back and look at the photo finish. Your winner is Jimmy Ferguson by a tire length. He'll put Iron Warrior on the trailer here tonight. Avenger moves on in the semifinal action, but now it's going to be a battle between two teammates. Sawyer Ramsdale in the Blue Thunder machine getting ready to take on Charlie Hubbard in the Sudden Impact Ford all the way out of Frackville, Pennsylvania. Both drivers out here representing the Backyard Beast race team. And you had to know this was going to happen as these trucks are all out of the Backyard Beast race camp. They've got 4 of them in this season. It's going to come down to racing each other every now and again. This one's for bragging rights. 2 Fords. Here's the green light off the line. They go side by side. Up and over the first jump through no man's land. Up and over goes Sudden Impact. A hard crash for Charlie Hubbard on the big end of the track on the outside lane. What a matchup it was here tonight. Blue Thunder was right there with them. We check out the Crush This replay, and down the straightaway, seemingly side by side, the Backyard Beasts have some great equipment. Up and over the first jump, they settle it down, shoot out to the finish line. Blue Thunder gets the win, and what a crash there on the outside lane for Charlie Hubbard and Sudden Impact as he rolls it on over, and the MTA track crew officials have turned him back over as we were in that replay, and look at the damage done, the sudden impact here tonight. So nonetheless, he will not be making it back to the final round showdown this week, but his teammate will in Blue Thunder. Now we go ahead and take a look at how the second half of round 2 is going to be shaken down. Gunslinger's coming back to take on the Raminator. Then Velociraptor going to go one-on-one with the champion, Tim Cantwell, in the Bounty Hunter. And right now coming to the line, the man who's trying to get the flag back on the back of the old Dodge is old 𝐷𝐸𝐿 out of Champaign, Illinois, in the Raminator. He's coming back to take on Iron Mike Lanford in the Gunslinger Ford. He's out here driving for the K&J Motorsports race team. You see him staged up over here on the inside lane. So a Ford Dodge shootout here tonight inside of round 2. Both drivers are trying to get a championship win here in week 2 on Smashdown. Who's it going to be going on in the semifinals? Dodge and Ford. Here's the green light on the line. They go side by side now. Raminator with a slight lead on the Gunslinger. He tried to come back on him. And Raminator getting a huge win here tonight over Gunslinger. But Mike Lanford was hanging right there with him. But the old Dodge just outpowered the Ford camp here tonight. And now we get set to close out round 2 action. It's the return of the reigning and defending Smashdown champion, Tim Cantwell in the Bounty Hunter. He's about to go one-on-one with Javon Woodrow in Velociraptor. And right now we're heading down to the pit area, and as you can see, the crew was down there thrashing in between rounds. And if you remember earlier tonight, the violent crash that Velociraptor had as he was trying to take out the 𝐃𝐨𝐧'𝐭, they've got the truck back together. He is up at the starting line right now, ready to take on the reigning champion. But you have to wonder, is Velociraptor at 100% here tonight? We're about to find out, ladies and gentlemen. The Backyard Beasts are going to be taking on the Gravel Gladiators. Championship flag on the line here to close out round 2 action. Bounty Hunter and Velociraptor. Green light goes down, and off the line they're side by side. The lead goes to Velociraptor to the cars now, and what a ride! Over goes the Bounty Hunter inside of the shutdown area. What an incredible race by both drivers here tonight to close out round 2 action. We got to go back and check out the Crush This replay, ladies and gentlemen. Off the line they go. Velociraptor may have had a slight lead over here on the inside lane. They come down the straightaway, up and over no man's land. Now they settle it down, shoot out to the finish line, and right there we freeze frame it. Velociraptor is just ahead of the Bounty Hunter, and there you see to the next frame, Bounty Hunter is still sky high with a sky wheelie, and Velociraptor will get the win, defeating the champion here tonight to close out round 2 action. So that means we're going to crown an all-new Smashdown champion here tonight. And here's how semifinal action is going to be breaking down, ladies and gentlemen. Up first, we're taking a look at Jimmy Ferguson in Avenger. He's going to go one-on-one with Sawyer Ramsdale in the Blue Thunder Machine. Then the Raminator gets to go one-on-one with Velociraptor. Some great racing action ready to go for semis. And right now, Sawyer Ramsdale, he knows what it takes to get the job done. One-time Revolution champion and Thunder champion, but he has got the Serengeti of them all, the Monster Mania 6 championship from earlier this year. However, Jimmy Ferguson with that all-new 1957 Chevy Avenger has got one awesome piece of equipment here tonight in his semifinal round. So a great matchup, Ford and Chevrolet. Who's going to the finals? The green light drops down the side by side, the straightaway through no man's land. Now what a matchup! Over goes Avenger in the shutdown area. What a crash for Jimmy Ferguson here tonight, but Sawyer Ramsdale was right there with him. We go back and check out the Crush This replay. Side by side now down the straightaway. They're keeping heads up with one another. Up and over the first jump, they settle it down. Watch right here to the finish line, and Avenger gets the win here tonight by inches over Blue Thunder. But now he settles it down in the shutdown area, hits the pond right there, and kicks him over and turning the truck over here tonight in semis. But Avenger will be in the finals. Who is he going to meet there? Will it be the Raminator Dodge, again, who lost the flag last week? Or is it going to be the arch rival, Javon Woodrow in the Velociraptor machine? He's back at the starting line, ready to go. We just saw him knock off the champion here in round 2. He's ready to take on Raminator here in semifinal action. Who's going to meet up with Avenger in the final round showdown? Ladies and gentlemen, this one's going to be a barn burner. Raminator and Velociraptor. Green light drops down up the line. They go. Velociraptor with the lead on him now. Here comes the Raminator. Up and over the last set of cars. And Javon Woodrow looks like he caught a sky wheelie right there coming over the second sets of cars. And Raminator kept it flat and level and put the Dodge Hemi horsepower down. We go back and look at the Crush This replay. Velociraptor did get a slight jump on the Raminator up and over the first jump. Now look at the sky wheelie by Velociraptor. Settles it down, and they come to the finish line, and it was not by much, but Raminator does get the win. An incredible job by both drivers, letting it all hang out here tonight to close out semifinal action. But now we get ready to go down to the pits and catch up with 𝐷𝐸𝐿.
So this is what it looks like to see in the back of my truck when I cross the finish line. And that's what's to you there, a backyard beast. Took out your head honcho, the main guy. Had a receipt with your name on it, and I cashed it in. Knocked him out in the semis. Beforehand, took out Dragon Slayer and Gunslinger. Much respected them. The backyard, you opened up your mouth talking trash, saying you don't need a brand new truck. My truck isn't brand new. The truck just has a new look. You can see right behind me. Same girl, same everything. Talking about trying to go after the mountaintop. Gave you a little bit of a reality check and knock you down a little down to the bottom. Know your role and shut your mouth. Guess what? We're heading into the finals. Whoever I face is face. We'll go from there. Hey Shaggy, how's that popcorn? But by the way, I guess it's time to back to work. I got finals to do.
Well, 𝐷𝐸𝐻𝐿 getting his words in as they took him out last week. He's ready to get back on top, and right now the finals are coming up next. Raminator takes on Avenger here in week 2 on Smashdown. And we have had a lot of great racing here in week 2, and right now it's down to the final 2. Jimmy Ferguson and Avenger ready to go one-on-one with 𝐷𝐸𝐻𝐿 in the Raminator Dodge. And ladies and gentlemen, we've got a battle of 2 teams here tonight inside of our final round showdown. Team Scream and Avenger getting ready to take on 𝐷𝐸𝐻𝐿 and Raminator from the Crush This Race team. A Dodge Chevrolet matchup here to end out week 2. Who's going to be taking home the championship flag here tonight on Smashdown? Ladies and gentlemen, Avenger, Raminator, it's showtime here tonight on Smashdown. The straightaway they go side by side. The Dodge and the Chevrolet letting it all hang out. And oh my word, what a race here in the final round. Raminator and Avenger laying down an absolute clinic here tonight to wrap up week 2. And as you go back to the Crush This replay, off the line, the Dodge Camp Man had a slight lead on the inside lane, but Avenger, the Chevrolet on the outside, hanging right there with them. They settle it down. Another shootout to the finish line, and the Raminator Dodge will take home a win here in week 2 on Smashdown. And Jimmy Ferguson gave it all he had, but right now, your winner, 𝐷𝐸𝐻𝐿 in Raminator. He's your new Smashdown champion, and right now we're heading down to the pit area to catch up with 𝐃𝐨𝐧'𝐭 after his Smashdown victory.
Yeah. Oh man, what a final round. Bounced back from last week. First round loss with the flag. Not a very good past history with the flag and everything like that. So hopefully we'll do better for next week and do that instead. But I haven't finished out the first round in my past history. I don't know if I like that flag, but we'll take that win. Jimmy Bones Ferguson, respect that man. But we put Avenger and Team Scream on the trailer. It was a bounce back, a redemption type of day, and knocked out Gunslinger, Dragon Slayer, the Velociraptor, the whole 9 yards. And we'll take it as it is and go from there. But woo, get some. If you're not with us, you're behind us. So we'll take that win and go from there.
Well, a great job by the Raminator team here tonight, and if you're not with them, you're behind them, and he proved that here tonight as all the drivers were chasing down the Dodge. Is he going to be able to hold on to that flag next week? That is yet to be determined. Thank you guys so much for coming out and watching. Be sure if you haven't already, crush that subscribe button. We'll catch you down the road.